Здравствуйте, дорогие друзья! Вы на канале Зеленая Удача, а мы с вами продолжаем проходить Warhammer 40 тысяч за адепта Механикуса, за бывшего адепта Механикуса и ныне Инквизитора. И продолжаем искать этот прекрасный корабль, который вы за мной видите на картинке. Прекрасный корабль под названием Мученик. Но неизвестно, когда же мы его найдем, потому что у нас впереди угроза Друхкари. Мы будем по просьбе инквизиторы Елены Госляр пробовать очистить от Друхкари планету и найти, что же они там замышляют. Не знаю, получится ли в эту часть впихнуть все, что можно, но постараюсь сделать ее максимально проходимой, то есть, чтобы она закончилась на этой части. Посмотрим, что будет впереди. Ну и, само собой, опять же, берем кофе, чай, запасаемся всякими приколюшечками и начинаем смотреть, что же у нас впереди.
I've arrived at the relay station. Tech Priest, I need a status report.
Monastery has been inactive for 32.7 standard Imperial years. No signs of tech play.
I found the remains of an Imperial squad. They have been massacred.
Possibly of a hostile incursion, increased by 85.7%.
The question is, this must be resolved. Drukhari.
I've been expecting you, monkey. I hope you'll be a worthy challenge for me, unlike your predecessor. He was quite a disappointment. Enough! You are a mockery of a warrior, a creature of a lesser race. Killing you would be only a waste of my precious time. You'll perish soon anyway.
What was that, Inquisitor? What is a Drukhari? I don't recall meeting any of them.
You are lucky. It's likely you would not have survived the encounter. They are the Dark Elder.
When I was a child, Grexus told some disturbing stories about them. Ruthless pirates preying on the Imperium, right?
They are not simple pirates, and they are worse than ruthless. The Dark Elder are the forsaken kindred of the Craftworld Elder. They revel in enslavement and torture. They are cunning and sadistic.
And now, they are here.
But to what end? The cogitators could grant me some insight into the situation. Good idea.
This station is categorized as the main communications conduit from the system to the rest of the sector. The data vault must contain all the astropathic messages that were swallowed by the Grade Epsilon warp surges. The presence of Drukhari explains the lack of any sign of assault on the station. The Xenos must be using the webway to strike swiftly from their portals and retreat immediately.
I shall remind you that the existence of the webway is an information privy only to the chosen agents.
Correct. Remember that we are the Xenorite, specializing in research into Xenos relics in the sector. We have extensive knowledge of the interdimensional labyrinth, known as the webway.
So I can use your expertise on the Drukhari, I suppose.
Preparations in progress. Injecting memory stimulants into the tertiary amyloid as we speak.
Of the Inquisitorial retinue that disappeared.
That's one mystery solved. I wonder what happened to his ship and the crew, though.
They might be enjoying the things about
With all due respect, you always seem to find a way to presume the worst.
what makes a good Inquisitor, Captain. The data vault is empty. The machines have been destroyed.
Data retrieval charts confirm your assumption. Alpha-grade tech heresy. The fact that it has been executed by Xenos race is an aggravating circumstance.
They massacred an entire void station.
Another aggravating circumstance. Suggested approach. Investigate the human remains.
Yes, I was planning to do that anyway. They must be the corpses of the local astropaths. New audio log. Relay station has been cleared. I'm heading back to the ship now. We know that the Dark Eldar infiltrated the system, which could explain the silence and the apparent desolation. I will continue my investigation with this conclusion in mind. Tech Priest, did your sacred contraptions locate any live signals in our vicinity?
Negative. Sensors failed to detect significant void traffic or any considerable proof of life. No Vox transmissions in the area, except for an automated broadcast signal on the Astra Militarum channels. It is originating from an Astra Militarum command post. Standard procedures, Inquisitor?
No. Use the rogue trader identification sounds for now. The Dark Eldar usually don't employ human mercenaries. Something is going on. Perhaps a surprise visit will clear the fog.
You are approaching an Astromalarium base on a world that has been cut off from the Imperium for decades. I must call your attention to the potential consequences of the extended lack of strict military supervision.
My task is to shed light on what happened in the system. If they try to hinder me, I'll make sure that they wish they were in the penal regiments of the Commissariat.
That's what I was talking about. Look at these disgraceful buffoons. Shabby formation, unknown insignia, evident lack of discipline, no senior officer in sight.
When morale sinks low, depravity and laziness sets in. Attention, guardsmen. Inquisitor taking command. You are right. You are imposters, ready to step on Imperial authority.
What scum? A disgrace to the uniforms of their venerable ancestors.
Inquisitor, your location is close to a Vox station. Suggested course of action. Search the transmission logs.
I'm quite busy right now. But yes, that is a good idea. Investigate those transmission logs.
Standing by to analyze in-loaded data.
I finished clearing out the base.
Treacherous Imperial Guard, serving the Dark Elder. The taint runs deep in this subsector.
It's hardly surprising. The warp surges have left entire systems abandoned for too long, far from the light of the Emperor. On the other hand, this is new. The Dark Elder systematically corrupting entire systems for decades. The Conclave has to know about this.
You need to purge this system thoroughly and without mercy, and you cannot trust anyone here anymore.
Inquisitor, during your current deployment, an urgent message was received on the Ecclesiarchy Vox channel. Authorization psalms are valid.
Let me see it.
This is Cardinal Julius Bedivere speaking. I have been informed about the arrival of your vessel and your attempts to establish connection with Imperial authorities. By the powers vested upon me by the Holy Synod, I am asking you to help my diocese. I am currently residing in the Cathedral of Basilica Aurealis, trying to fight the encroaching darkness with my most devout followers and the powers of prayer. Whoever you are, you must be the torchbearer sent by the glorious God Emperor to release us. In the name of Saint Enoch the Sufferer, help us.
The message seems genuine. After the recent events, though, I cannot trust any Imperial authorities in this system. We have already found evidence of the machinations of the Dark Elder and the treachery of Imperial troops.
For your information, the voice analysis unit in this body detected atypical vocal fluctuations in the last sentence. Data check. The Caligari Registry of Saintly Deeds lists one Enoch the Sufferer, who was betrayed by his most trusted followers.
Clever thinking, Tech Priest. This could be a hidden warning. Recalibrate the teleporterium. I want to avoid the main entrance, where they will likely be waiting for me. Take me to an abandoned section of the cathedral.
Inquisitor, reconnaissance rituals indicate hostile activity in the chambers adjacent to the entrance.
Your hunch was right, Tech Priest. This is indeed a trap.
Clarification needed. Enemy patrol detected in the vicinity. Contact is imminent.
They must have been expecting me to come from the other direction. The plot thickens, Captain. Did the sensors pick up any other voidcraft in this segment?
No, Inquisitor. What is it?
These worthless rebels are betraying their kind for the Dark Elder, as I suspected. But they knew details about my investigation, which baffles me. How could they know?
I have no idea, Inquisitor. We are all alone out here.
calculations, you reach the coordinates where the Cardinal's transmission originated.
I've just found the Cardinal, Tech Priest, and his guards. This information is redundant.
I beg for your remission, Inquisitor. Redundancy is a sin.
My most sincere gratitude, Inquisitor. By the grace of the Emperor, you have deciphered my warning.
I should execute you for treason. What was this all about?
I deserve no forgiveness. But before you rightfully sentence me, please hear my plea. I was imprisoned, tortured, and mentally manipulated by these Xenos Reavers for a long time. Let me help you in your sanctifying duty.
So they made you lure me into their trap.
You and others in the past. These monsters are plundering our worlds. We've been lost in the darkness, Inquisitor.
These Xenos have been allowed to carry on unchecked. They were already waiting for me on the relay station and set up the trap here in no time. What is their secret, Cardinal?
I have no idea, I swear. But they know everything. Their ways are efficient. Terrible, but efficient.
Inquisitor, Category 5.8 fluctuations in the Immaterium in your vicinity.
A warp gate.
Pattern is consistent with the Dark Eldar webway portals.
Cardinal, we have not finished. Find a shelter nearby.
That was a commendable act of retaliation, Inquisitor. Now, you should execute that treacherous worm of a priest.
The Dark Eldar are masters of torture and manipulation. Yet he managed to break their thrall over him and warned me. He was almost begging for judgment.
Weakness is like the rot. Once it sets in, it's only a matter of time until it destroys everything.
Once the Imperium lost the Aurea system, these worlds fell prey to a great menace. We can't execute everyone who couldn't resist the powers of the Drukhari.
Inquisitor, the Etheric Alpha Spectrometer finished the analysis of the warp signatures detected around the last Drukhari webway portal.
Tell me that this is leading somewhere. I'll be quite dissatisfied if I cannot deliver judgment upon those who are responsible for the destruction in this system.
Xenorite triangulation subroutines identified the same signatures on a deserted void station in the system. Note that this method is considered as a grade Gamma tech heresy.
I need results, Omicron. I don't care about your meddling with Xenorite technology.
Statement recorded for future reference. On the subject, etheric triangulation subroutines identified familiar signatures on a deserted void station. 90.7% probability that the webway gate was opened from these coordinates.
Then we have a long, exhausting piece of work ahead of us in this accursed system. Good work, Tech Priest. This abandoned weapons station is definitely used by the Dark Elder. I can finally pay my regards to their leaders.
You should be reminded that the Drukhari use the arteries of the webway that can offer them a swift escape.
Indeed. They also need solid webway gates to transport human slaves to their otherworldly bastions. There must be something vital to their plans I can destroy around here.
Warp signatures indicate that this contraption is used as an anchor between real space and the webway.
It's high time to seal the gates then. Let's see how they react.
How dare you to interfere with our work, you arrogant monkey!
Look who has crawled back to receive judgment.
I will cut out your tongue for your disrespect. I am one of the cabal of the Jagged Maze. We are the masters of the dark pathways that lead to the Sunless Kimura. You cannot stop us.
Stop what? You are kidnapping Imperial citizens. You are nothing but cowards.
Kidnapping? That's endearing. We have taken millions of your kind, you fool. You have abandoned entire worlds and let us prey upon the remaining human cattle. I should thank you for that.
The Emperor doesn't abandon anyone. I'm here to stop your foul machinations.
You are only wasting your time, creature. The hidden webway tunnels spread wide beyond the veil of your subsector. We go wherever we wish.
Then you should return to your true master and frolic at the feet of Slaanesh.
For this, I will show you the true meaning of pain.
Admirable work, Inquisitor. I wish you could bring that Xenox corpse to me. My vibroscalpels thirst for Drukhari blood.
This kind of personal commitment is somewhat unacceptable.
Dark Elder are an elusive race we rarely have the chance to study. Consider my wish a professional curiosity, with a hint of personal vengeance.
One day I'll find out why you hate the Drukhari so much, and how you know so much about them. Found an Imperial citizen in Xenos captivity. He seems to be a Sith. Who are you?
My name is Thrall. I think I was a sanctioned psyker, formerly in the service of the planetary governor.
Why did the Xenos spare you?
They tortured me. They have broken me. I was their bloodhound. They used me to sniff out high-ranking Imperials like you.
So this is how they knew about my every move.
I had dreams about you. I felt your burning dedication. I felt your wrath. They were afraid of you, you know.
You could have warned me telepathically.
I guess. Yes. I can remember the last time I had thoughts and decisions. There was just the pain and the lack of pain.
The place has been cleaned. The reavers of the cabal of the Jagged Maze have been stopped. I consider this operation a success.
I probably don't need to remind you that Cabals send out numerous raiding parties. If this murderous witch told you the truth, there must be other Dark Elder forces working in other isolated regions of the subsector, trying to enslave whole worlds.
I'm counting on that, actually. We should teach them a lesson while they think they are safe. But for now, my work here is done. Margos, I need an explanation why you, as a janitor, are so well versed in the forbidden Drukhari law.
And you're absolutely right. I told you that all of this was classified, but for the sake of transparency, I will tell you the truth. I grew up on a small mining colony that fell prey to a Dark Elder raiding party. They took me to an homunculus laboratory. I don't want to go into details. Suffice to say that creature experimented on me, testing the effects of various drugs on the human physique. I was rescued by an Adeptus Mechanicus strike force, who spent a long time studying the various substances in my system. Eventually, I joined their ranks, but I could never forget the atrocities of that despicable Xenox race.
It is indeed a remarkable story. Rest assured, Margos, the time of your reckoning has come.
Inquisitor, you have a message from the Caligari Conclave.
I've been expecting this for a while. My job is not done in this subsector.
Inquisitor, I require your expertise once again. The pacification of the Triglav subsector is still underway, and the Astra Militarum forces are occupied on various worlds where long isolation steered billions away from the path of righteousness. Meanwhile, Lord Bertram, the governor of the Clamoris system, has reported an attack by Xenos raiders on his palace. In light of your recent discoveries in the Aureus system, I strongly suspect that this might be the handiwork of the Dark Elder again. The Clamoris system is the administrative center of the subsector, and we need to act immediately. He won't last until the Imperial forces arrive. I want you to save the governor, otherwise we have another chaotic situation on our hands.
Captain, any luck with establishing contact with the governor?
No. The raiders must use a Xeno scrambling device. That was also the reason why we couldn't send you closer to the palace. At least I think that's what the tech priest told me in his lecture.
I'll try to get closer to the palace then. By the Emperor, an engine of pain.
Show no mercy. It is the pinnacle of the homunculi's foul art. A torture device turned into a weapon of war. That was the work of a mad genius. Even with my extensive knowledge of organic and inorganic modifications, I wouldn't dare to contemplate resorting to the dark arts that could create something like that.
These sentient machines serve some cruel masters. It is not a simple raiding party.
We're picking up weak Vox signals from the palace. Try to get closer, Inquisitor.
Captain, I want you to keep all battle stations manned and initiate emergency warp drive protocols.
What happened? Do we have to leave in a hurry?
I strongly suspect that this wasn't a strike against the governor, but a coordinated invasion of the entire planet. We should be prepared for all contingencies.
Is this thing on? Do I have to talk into this device, my dear servant person? Splendid. I am Lord Bertram Cordiano, the governor of this world. Politician, poet, and lover. I require help immediately.
You are addressing an agent of the Holy Inquisition, Governor.
Capital. Then you must be the perfect candidate for this task. These filthy Xenos are trying to break into my palace, and honestly, this ruckus is getting truly terrifying. They have these grotesque machines that scream and kill, and we are entirely powerless against them. Only a couple of flimsy barricades are left between them and my precious presence.
There are more. I've just killed one. I'll deal with them. Teleport beacon in range.
Inquisitor, as a prominent representative of the Imperium in the Triglav subsector, you have my eternal gratitude. And I support your cause with all the powers at my command.
I see you're making friends in high places, Inquisitor. We have received the official decree about your temporary appointment to acting military commander in the system.
The governor might seem like a ludicrous inbred, but he is true to his words.
Or he just realized he needs to keep you here for a bit longer. The Dark Elder launched a global attack on Clamora's Prime. The situation is critical.
The Drukhkari is like vermin. It is about time to face them on a proper battlefield.
Speaking of battlefields, you might want to consider bringing in some reinforcements. I was thinking about the Free Blade Knight, the Crimson Wanderer.
It is a sensible idea, but I need your ship here.
Our good friend, Captain Grexus, is still in your debt. He could transport here Sir Ambrose Caradoc and his mighty war machine.
Fine. Send an astropathic message to the good captain. I've arrived at the former command center of the Planetary Defense Forces. Not much left to save here.
The Dark Elder are the masters of subterfuge and ambush. These inexperienced soldiers had no chance against them.
The dispatches mentioned a newly arrived commissar, in charge of reintegrating the troops into the Imperial war machine.
Logical assumption. I'll ask the tech priest to mark his location on your map. We also have reports of Xenox incursions from...
Etheric triangulation subroutines identified familiar warp signatures again. A Drukhari webway gate is open in the area.
That must be the portal the Reavers used to transport their prisoners. That's useful information.
At your Inquisitor, Lord Commissar Scarhurst at your command. Isn't it a nice day for our last rally against the Xenos?
Aren't you way too pessimistic to keep morale up?
Ah, a misunderstanding. This will be their last day in this Forsaken Valley. We are going to give those Xenos a good thrashing.
What are they doing here exactly?
The Xenos are pillaging and taking prisoners from Gladius Hive. Our troops tried to stop one of the slaver convoys but fell victim to a sudden ambush. I'm planning to move against their main forces directly and cut off the head of this filthy operation.
I could be of some assistance, Lord Commissar. I have the coordinates to their temporary webway portal. Send out your men to secure the area, while I close down the Xenos escape route.
At your command.
See? I told you that your plan was nothing but a failed attempt to prove your worth.
It is only a filthy human. Do you really think this poorly of me?
I can sense the spark of burning zeal in this chunk of unadorned flesh. You are always underestimating the power of their belief. In any case, I will activate the pain catalysts while you are amusing yourself here.
You think you can challenge me, worthless human? I have destroyed entire civilizations before your kind crawled out into the void.
You can forget your empty theatrics. Your wizened master has already left. I truly don't care.
You have killed an incubus, Inquisitor, on your own. A part of me is glad.
And I have destroyed their portal. Although it might have been too late. A homunculus has escaped. I suspect you already know what that is.
Yes, I do. One of the ancient flesh sculptors, and he could be connected to the recent complications in Gladius Hive.
I'm on my way back. You can brief me on the ship. What is happening down there? The Vault's channels went insane a few hours ago.
Instead of retreating as they are wont to do, the Dark Elder have begun to kill Imperial citizens in Gladius Hive. It's a massacre.
That wretched homunculus. It must be part of his plan. I must find that creature immediately. This is revolting. The Dark Elder truly went on a rampage in the Hive.
It's most unusual. The Drukhari are sadistic, insane torturers, but their raids are methodical, almost surgical in execution. This mindless massacre looks almost random. Something odd is going on.
I have a feeling that whatever that pain catalyst is, it must be connected to this vile display of cruelty. I need to find that homunculus.
They're here. Send word to Lord Thiss. We've run out of time. He needs to accelerate the rate of extraction.
Couldn't find any significant proof of life in the area. There is, however, a strange anomaly in the motive force in the vicinity.
The pain catalyst truly manipulates the life force. The anomaly could mark the location of that machine. Imperial soldiers put up quite a fight to defend this lock station. I'd rather access the logs to see the last of these
You have proven much more efficient than I expected, Ape. I wish we had more time. I could craft your pain-seared flesh into something more formidable, given your murderous talents.
I was formidable enough against your kin so far.
This is a cruel world. The weak must perish, especially if they were born amongst the mighty Druchkari. That is the truth of my coven, the Coterie of Dissonance. But enough of your education, human. So, it has come to this, human. What a waste of life essence and sweet suffering. But you leave me no choice. I need to release the energies.
Any idea what this unholy contraption could be?
Biotelemetry measures point to one plausible explanation. These Xenox devices seem to collect pain, fear, vitality, and negative energies released during battles and other acts of violence. Judging by the picked recording of your skirmish, the machines could also transfer the accumulated energy to the Drukhkari to revitalize them.
That must be the reason why they have begun murdering the entire population of this hive. They are charging their catalysts.
Triangulation is complete. I have the coordinates of the remaining pain catalysts. You should return to the ship immediately.
The planetary vox chatter paints a disturbing picture of the situation. What are you going to do?
All the pain catalysts must be destroyed as soon as possible. But it will take weeks until the Astra Militarum reinforcements arrive. It will be too late by then.
I have the solution you need.
What is it?
Your old acquaintance, the Freeblade Knight called the Crimson Wanderer. Captain Grexus has safely landed on the planet. The pilot, Sir Ambrose Caradoc, is awaiting your orders.
The Emperor has blessed us. This changes everything. Put me through to Sir Caradoc, and let me guide his war machine through those reavers.
Remember, Knight, that the existence of these pain catalysts is a sin against the machine god. A mockery of everything the Omnissiah has taught us. The auger scanners have successfully detected their location. Destroy them all.
A task worthy of my mighty war machine. Onwards! Inquisitor, it is an honor to fight alongside you again. I have been wandering the Tenebra subsector for a while, employing my skills wherever they were needed. But this is what... Gruesome war machines? What are these?
Unholy fusion of metal and flesh, fueled by torment. You don't want to know more, sir, I assure you.
The Crimson Wanderer will deliver you from your pain, creature. Pray for you, brothers and sisters. You have fought valiantly. The Crimson Wanderer will avenge your death. I swear to the Emperor. invisible contraption was no match for the Crimson Wanderer.
Yeah, these are the Dark Elder, masters of terror and agony. And now they are ready to fight to their last breath. This task isn't complete yet.
Fear not! The blaze of the blessed furnaces and the thunder of my holy weaponry will banish these creatures from our world.
So far is nothing but a glimpse of our mighty armies. Lay down your weapons and come to me begging for mercy. Otherwise you will perish miserably and watch your precious worlds burn. Leave this subsector to us and never return.
Task is complete. My heart is filled with pride. If you don't mind, Inquisitor, I will remain on this planet until the Xenos threat has been eliminated. The Crimson Wanderer is clearly needed here. But you must know that I will gladly answer your call again at any time in the future.
You have a message from the Conclave. That was quick. They must have followed this investigation very closely.
I am very satisfied with the results of your investigation, Inquisitor. You have been relentless in your pursuit of these Xenos invaders, and showed the Drukhari that the worlds of Imperium are not their hunting ground. Your report revealed your dissatisfaction over the number of human casualties. We are all aware that this is an inevitable consequence of the Dark Elder raids. The only defense against them is ruthless retaliation. They are a dying race, Inquisitor. They can't afford any great losses. I must also ask you to let the Order's Xenos agents access the device you refer to as the Pain Catalyst. I'm sure their scholars will come up with a slightly less disturbing name during their research. Good work, Inquisitor. The Emperor protects.
Ну что же, ну было достаточно жестко, достаточно тяжело все это разгребать. В принципе, мы завалили несколько предводителей, даже потоптались по планете, опять же, вольным клинком. Весело, веселая штучка. Прямо хороший, мне нравится танк этот ходячий, бродячий. То, что нам его предоставили, очень хорошо и отозвались на нашу помощь. В смысле, на нашу просьбу о помощи. Развалили мы Друхкари много всяких разных башен, которые собирают жизненную энергию, боль, страдания со всех людишек. Узнали, что Друхкари всех заложников покосили. Зачем, только непонятно. Видимо, хотят больше силы себе набрать. Вот, не узнали, правда, чем это все закончится. Ну, ничего страшного, не буду затягивать видео. Я помню, что вы любите что-то покороче. Вот, поэтому встретимся мы в следующей части с вами вместе и начнем проходить все это дальше. Опять же, передам большое спасибо вам всем за просмотр, за ваши лайки, за подписочку. Обязательно, конечно же, подписывайтесь, чтобы не пропустить следующие серии. Будет дальше, надеюсь, интереснее. Ну, а поиски, само собой, мы продолжим нашего мученика и узнаем, где же он и куда он улетел с нашей альфа-парией. Я надеюсь, что мы все-таки его в ближайшее время встретим. Ну и допройдем эту миссию с Друхкари и все-таки завалим их предводителя. Так что всем хорошего времени суток и до встречи. Пока-пока.